Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to Whitby! Whitby is a seaside town port and is not far away from Scarborough in North Yorkshire, England. It's situated on the east coast of England and at the mouth of the River Esk. Whitby has a maritime and mineral history as well as a tourist attraction. The East Cliff is home to the ruins of Whitby Abbey. The fishing port emerged during the Middle Ages and it supported herring and whaling fleets, and it was where Captain Cook learned seamanship. Tourism started in the Georgian period after the arrival of the railway in 1839. Another significant feature is the swing bridge which crosses the River Esk. Twice a year, Whitby holds Gothic weekends to mark the links with Dracula. Part of Bram Stoker's novel Dracula was set in Whitby. Charles Dickens is said to have visited Whitby. Early records of Whitby go back to the 7th and 8th centuries, but the name only came into fruition in the 12th, 13th and 14th century. The monastery was founded in AD 657 by King Oswy of Northumbria. The monastery was destroyed between 867 AD and 870 AD in a series of raids by Vikings. It's all well and good though, we just want to have some fun, don't we? Here in Whitby! Whitby has a lovely map. It's even got a swing bridge on it as well, which is unusual because swing bridges don't normally appear on maps because sometimes they're open. But we know it's closed at the moment. The things behind me are houses that they give to things that live in the water so they can live in it safely. But then sadly they drag them up and then kill them and eat them. One of my favourite things that I like to eat is, I forgot what it's called now, but it's like the eggs of fish, but I can't remember what it's called. One thing I love to see is rubber, particularly tyres. And they have a tyre museum here in Whitby. It's right on the docks. I don't think it's very well organised, but there's loads of rubber and I like rubber. If you like your ships old, then Tough Titty. This one was only made last week from matchsticks. When you go to sea, it's always nice to have fresh eggs. Chickens. Brilliant idea, although I just captured the seagulls, not sheep. No, they're sheep chickens. And shut up now, please, animals. And anyway, if you want to see the zoo, it's in there. I'm really hungry, but I don't know what to have. I don't want to have an apple pie or American pie. I get some American pie, I'm hungry. I'm only joking. She was a busker. She had the voice of an angel. She must stay here. So, as an aside, I've never been to Whitby in my life before. And I've just met someone who doesn't live in Whitby either, who I haven't seen for 2.5 years. It's mad. So come to Whitby and find some old lost long friends, I suppose. In the nice shopping centre. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? It should say, who will you discover? An old friend. It's bonkers. Talking of old, these buildings here look quite old, but this one looks really new. And this is called, ironically, even though it's a new build, it's called the Old Smuggler. But, I mean, that looks like it's been there for about 6 months. I must admit, I'm getting very forgetful. I can't remember what fish eggs are called, and it's really doing me head in. But the good news is, I need some new shoes. But I need some posh shoes. I don't think there's any posh shoe shops around here. The Heron sell? No, they're Heron foods, not shoes. They have a massive transport hub here in Whitby. They have roadways for roads, they have tankers for goods, and they also have a bus station, a proper full-on bus station, and a railway station as well. Plus, they have a pedestrian way where people who are pedestrians can walk across the road without getting splattered. It's a dead end for the railway station. Now I know we're in Yorkshire, North Yorkshire to be precise, which is like the northern part of Yorkshire, as opposed to West Yorkshire, East Yorkshire and South Yorkshire, which are different parts of Yorkshire. But here they have a thing where it says, "Love your library here." I'd rather not. Do it in my own private quarters, thank you very much. If you like alcohol, and you like alcohol being cheap, you can do a lot worse than Go To Whitby, because they have a bargain, but oh no, it's not, well, it's nearly a bargain. If you're an 80s pop fan, one of my favourite bands of the 80s was not the Thompson Twins, but I did buy a few of their songs, and one of their B-sides was brilliant, and it had the lines, "Look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, look right," and they were looking about watching things and stuff. It was a bit weird, but it was good. I do recreate the video here, it's brilliant. Because the Romanians liked fishing back in the 20th century when they were here, doing all their building and taking over, conquering the world and everything from Italy, they had a coliseum here, which is where they used to go and watch pictures of people being killed by lions and things, and they've saved it. They've covered it up now so that it's got a roof on it and everything, but it's a real enactment of what they used to do with the Romanians back in the day. What was that TV show I used to like, where they were all mates together? Can't remember. I was going to go into this church, but apparently there's no entry. Doesn't matter though, I don't want to go into that church anyway, because there's a better church right next door. Wow, church wars. Let's have a look inside. Can't go in there either. When not working on Northwest tonight, Roger Johnson has his own shop here. They've got a sex shop. It's a black one. That's the new thing apparently. Black. Black is the new red, apparently. Whitby has a traditional butchers as well. Landers of Whitby. It's black because that's the traditional colour of butchers. I'm sure they made a movie about this pub. It's called Swan Lake. Unlike Wigan at time of recording, Whitby still have a shoe zone. Mind you, they're not being kicked out by the council, they'll probably keep it as well. One thing I noticed when I drove into Whitby was it was very hilly. Lots of hills to get in and, well, out of as well, I assume, because you have to go the other way. But it's also very hilly here as well. Look at that. I'd go up there, but I can't be arsed. If you come here, you can go up. We've already seen what Whitby wants you to do to the libraries, which is very wrong. But if you're into that kind of thing, they've even got a den of antiquity, they've even got a den of, well, stuff. It would appear that the book stops here. They even let you go on the boats for a ride. That's nice, isn't it? Look, boat ride, only £5. All day. Well, 20 minutes. It's nearly all day. So come to Whitby, go on the boat. If you like weird lighting and weird shops, you can do a lot worse than come to Whitby, because there's plenty of weird lighting, that's the sun to be fair, and plenty of weird shops as well. And that's near enough all the shops around here. I mean, look at them. It's bizarre. Now, I've never questioned before where, you know, fictional characters live. I mean, we all know that people go to those churches to worship fictional characters, but other fictional characters, they must live somewhere. And it turns out Dracula lives here, and you can go meet him. Nah, you're alright. I like my blood in my body, thank you. It's called a ship. It's not, it's a building. There's a lot more of these houses for the fish to live in, but I think a seagull there is kind of hoping that the fish are going to move in while it's there so he can eat them. It's not a nice thing to do, is it? That's predatory. This here is Whitby Fish Market. You can tell that because it says Whitby Fish Market in. And can you imagine, you're at Whitby, you've just bought a new business, and you're like, yeah, we've bought a new business, and we need to name it something really, really apt. Something really, really that sums up where we are. We're on the quayside, there's docks, there's fish everywhere, there's people everywhere. Let's call it the Magpie Cafe. What? I think the neighbour wasn't overly impressed with the name of the Magpie Cafe. Okay, the names on this stretch are completely wrong. This is called Fun City. For a start, I can't see a lot of fun going on. Secondly, it's not a city. thirdly, it's not in a city. Misleading. Another misleading name. This is called Funland. It's a building, it's not land. Again, I'm not sure how much fun's going on there either. We get one of them in Wigan soon. One of them in Wigan. Treasure Island, Fantasy Golf. Oh, and a bowling alley as well. See, it works. It works here because we're on the seaside. Pleasure land. It's not land, it's a building. It's a pleasure building, but I don't think you can call it that because the libraries have already got that one. If you like climbing mountains, you can do that here as well. Look, there's a big one there. Well, it's not too big. It's ideal for starters. And there's another one on the other side, but you have to swim to get that one or use the swing bridge as long as the swing bridge is open. No, closed, which means it's open. Oh God. If you're a big fan of rubbish TV and you want to know where Mr. Chips off of Tipping Point comes to, he's got his own chip shop here. Either that or he sells computer parts, I'm not sure which, but Mr. Chips by the beach. And there's the beach. Say what you see. I've walked down to the beach. Sadly, my ex-girlfriend couldn't make it today, which was a shame. But it's still very nice here. They've even got a lighthouse. Looks like Jack Pigeon is here with his ship. Shall I zoom in? I'll turn it around so you don't see my face up close. Arr, shipmates. Arr. Now, you all know that I love phallic buildings. I mean, the most phallic thing I've seen recently is a SpaceX spaceship. But hell, what can you do about that? But lighthouses, they come a close second. I mean, I love it. It's there on its own, all stood up and proud with its white helmet thing. Don't know about light is though. You learn something new every day, don't you? For a start, it's Scarborough Borough Council, we're in Whitby. No dogs on this part of the beach. Okay. 1st of May to 30th of September. I wasn't aware that dogs understood calendars. But they could get fined if they don't. If you like statues that remember things, you can do a lot worse than Go To Whitby. Here we've got a recreation of when they used to have the plastic fish factory, where the women used to stick the plastic fish together and then send them to the kids around the world so they could pretend they were fishermen. It's a really good idea. Anyway, it's celebrated here, but they're not plastic anymore now. Apparently they're made out of metal. Not very environmentally friendly. Oh, more environmentally friendly, I suppose, than plastic. Yeah. They have toilets, which is great. 40p though. 40p for a pee. I remember we could have a p for a p. 1p. Now it's 40p for a pee. So I'm not peeing. I'll wait till I get to the car and I'll pee in the car. It's cheaper. Hey, we're back in Whitby again. It says here, do not feed the seagulls, but they'll nick off you, so you'll feed them anyway. And then it gives you a description of what the seagulls are that you can't feed. That's bizarre. And there's a picture of a woman being harassed by seagulls. Very harassed. And then, so what's the point of saying don't feed the seagulls? Here we see a very rare Romanian mosaic that was made about 30 years ago. It was found under the church, which was 40 years old. I don't know how it got there. It's very nice though. Mountain Warehouse. It's not a mountain. It's not a warehouse. It's a shop. But anyway, they've got a 50% sale on. It says there, price crash. Surely it'd be an avalanche of prices, wouldn't it? And then of course it's got the great get out clause where it says up to everything. No, hang on, let's rephrase that. Everything up to 50% off. Which means they could have one item in there that's up to 50% off and none of the others could be. And it's still legal. Bizarre, but true. So I'm on the swing bridge and it's closed. So because it's closed, that means it's open. What? Whitby, before it did plastic fish, used to do cannonballs, and here's a statue recreating cannonball manufacture. What they used to do was used to throw the molten metal off of the harbour side here, and then when it landed in the water it cooled it down and made it go circular. There you go, you learn something new every day. 199 steps. It's going to take me a few steps to get to the steps, so surely it's more than 199 steps. Now, last century, it could have been last week, I don't know, monks were persecuted all over the place and killed for no reason whatsoever. But there they have Monk's Haven Cafe. That's not a good idea, is it? Advertising where the bloody monks are when people are looking for them. This is called Marketplace, but they've spelt it wrong. They should have spelt it like the fish, because that would have been funny. But they've got an old building, which is still actually a market, which is incredible, because our market's been knocked down for the second time in 30 years. Whitby also invented jets, and here's the first shop ever that was the place where they sold jet engines. True. Right, we saw that sign that said 199 steps, and I've counted 150 steps from there, so we only must be 49 steps away from the Abbey, which is good. Actually, it's less now, isn't it, because I'm walking. Uh-oh, I'm a bit confused, because there's lots of steps. There's wide steps and there's thin steps. I'm quite fat, so I think I need to go on the wide steps. To give you an idea as well of how steep this is, I'm going to hold the camera straight in front of me, go like that, and literally it's like a 1 in 1. No, 1 in 100. No, 1 in 1. Whatever's the steepest. I'll tell you what, this is a lot worse than Lincoln. I'll say worse. It's... Oh. We're nearly there. Oh. Ah. Can't feel my legs addicted in any way of driving up. Oh. When you stood up here, you can see the lighthouses. There's two. There's a daddy one and a little one. It's probably about 15, I think, looking at that one. Oh. Oh, there's a church as well. Now, as an expert at Victorian architecture, you know that I know a lot about churches. I also know that God doesn't exist and it's all make-up belief, but that's beside the point. But I also know the architecture. Like, for example, here. Normally there's a door here, but if you look carefully, you can see that there was a door here once, but it's not there anymore. Or it wasn't there, and they just had to put one in, but they haven't finished it yet. The view from the graveyard is amazing. It's just a shame that they're all underground and can't enjoy it. I want a glass cabinet so I can see out. This wins the award for the oddest way to go into a church. Although technically it's the only entry so far, but it's still impressive. I love an archway. In modern days we have like wood hoarding and stuff up when it's a building site, and this is a building site, they're building something here. What they're using stone, and then they use the stone to finish the building off, and then that's called recycling. That there is a pub and a microbrewery, which is great, because when you get up here you need a drink. Sadly, I'm too knackered to have one. Imagine living there, and that's your view. It's all well and good, but where's the local offie? Oh, it's next door, but they don't sell milk. I don't drink milk. Yeah, I'll live there, it's fine. So there you go, Whitby Abbey. We couldn't see it because it's shut at the moment, and that was a way in which I missed when I walked past. But never mind, I can always come back in another 50 years. If you don't like steps,
I didn't like Tragedy. I thought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was alright, whatever it was called. But Tragedy was terrible. But you can use the incline. To be fair, the incline's a bit more wobbly. So I think I'm going to cut across and go onto the steps. Oh. They like the stairs on this church, don't they? They've got old technology here that tells you what time it is, which is 4:20 in the afternoon. They've actually got an entrance that's on ground level as well. I didn't see that before. But they've also got the new technology as well, which is a sundial. And as we can see, it's 4:20. Well, it's actually 5:20, but that's because it doesn't know a British summertime because it's that new. They thought they'd have scrapped it by now. They should do, but they haven't. Right, so I'm going down the steps now, of which there are the same number than what there was going up. Apparently. I don't know, I've not counted them either way. But I would imagine they're going to be the same going up as they are coming down. And I've just noticed my shoelace is undone. Of all the places for your shoelace to come undone, this is most definitely not it. Because I've got to go all the way down there yet. Oh, I went a bit dizzy then. I'm not doing that again. Good news is I've sorted my shoelace out, so I'm not going to trip over now. The better news is I'm off the steps. And now if you like Top Gear and stuff like that, you'll be pleased to hear that the Stig owns a shop round here. But I don't know where it is, I can't find it. I was also a big fan of Star Wars as well, and my favourite character in that was Worf, because he used to always be arguing with Captain Kirk. I don't know, I feel like the war's still on, but I don't know. I think it's because I'm in like Victorian times. They're always having wars then, what? The White Horse and Griffin even offer good stabling. I don't know what that means, but they're that proud of it they say it twice. Good stabling. Does that mean if you drink too much in the pub they have a way of propping you up so you don't fall over? That's all I can think it means. So we saw a recreation of the manufacture of the old plastic fish, and this is where they used to sell them out of barrels. And of course the woman was always thirsty, so she has a drink with her as well, so it's totally authentic. Brilliant, I love Whitby. They love the statues in Whitby. There's one here to the local volleyball team. I remember earlier they showed us detailed descriptions of all the seagulls that you can't feed because it's against the law. Well, here we've got sea lions and birds and things all listed, all named and everything, and I bet you can't feed them either. I'm furious. So there you go then. Whitby, by the sea, by the cliffs. Yeah. Nice shopping centre. You can meet people you haven't seen for years, and you can go for a swim, although I wouldn't recommend it. What else can you do in Whitby? Oh, you can climb steps and then come down the steps again. You can tell the time with the sundial, and you can not feed the seagulls. Whatever you do, do not feed the seagulls. There's enough signs everywhere, so stop doing it. What's wrong with you people? And don't feed the sea lions either, because I think that's a negatory thing as well. Anyway, till next time, where will we go then? Bye!
Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to...
I'm done.